I'm going to kill that music before I go and get a copyright strike. I could. I have this tape, which I've been listening to. I don't mind it in the background. I thought this was an incense stick. My little spider leg. I tried to fix it and I don't know, I need to put something else on it. Well, I'm holding on to the leg. We'll get it reconnected. We will fix it. Anyway, welcome to Mystic Moons. Hello, how are you? I am here doing a bunch of things tonight. I have been, I'm almost done with my book bag. It's, I know it's all over the place. But my book bag, that's the inner flap, that's the outer part. I made it the whole thing a little off-key kilter because I wanted it that way. And inside, I have this pocket that actually puffs out like tons. Because I thought, like, when the cat is in it, this will be basically open for air. See, so that'll be like the air for the kitty. And it can actually be rolled down too. The whole idea is that you can flip it and then you can take it there. And in here, this little pocket, I have this little strap. And I have another strap in here and it can be tied. Technically, I should have put this a little further down, but I actually still could sew it. Could tack it further down too to get more of a dramatic pull. I can do that at any point. But the whole idea is that there'll be like a little tie. The cat gets the air. It'll be cool. So I did this. This is all done. That's what the cat will see on the inside. It is quite big. This is two layers of ultra thick denim, like 16-ounce denim, 18-ounce denim, and a sweatshirt in between. And this is, as I said, the front. I was thinking about putting a little pocket over here. Thank you. Yes, it's going to be a cat book bag. I was thinking of putting a little pocket right here, like even a little circular one that could fit like tinctures or maybe like lip balm or maybe like a credit card or whatever. But I thought, I probably don't really need it. But yes, I'm almost done with that. And then this is the back, but that's already done. And in the back, I have almost like those little tethering ones. Well, it is tethered. So when I have smaller leashes, and I will attach the cat's little small tether to this so they can't jump out. And a little pocket in there just because. And this is the one last part that I'm working on is the zipper for the main body. So this is where you will put the cat in this. And, as I said, I used 2 pieces of denim. I actually ran out of the sweatshirt fleece. So I used this shirt because I thought it was warm. But now I realize this shirt has no body, like the sweater material I used. But oh well. The other thing has enough structure. And the zipper, I was using a different zipper because I wanted it slightly bigger. Thank you. And one of the things I realized, I had no idea, like the yellow zipper I was using for the ventilation, I really like these zippers because no matter where they are, they won't go down. They sort of auto lock. But I realized the zipper that I'm going to use for the main body, that just goes automatically, so I don't want the cat to get out. And what I decided I'm going to do here after I sew, I just have to go and attach this to that. And of course, I'll sew this together so it's nice and thick, which is really thick because, you know, cat nails and all that, is I was thinking, what can I do to stop the zipper from just automatically opening if it's going to be a cat bag? And what I'll do is on the side, I'll put like this with a little bit of wiggle room so you can move it around, not that much. And I will attach this little hook. I wish I had a smaller hook, but I'd have to order it and wait for it to ship. So I'll use this one. But I can just hook this like that. So no way can the cat open it. Actually, I do. I do make clothes as well. And one of the things that I believe in is like using like all quality material and things that you can, you know, that will last. I'll show, yes, I can show you some of the things that I do. But I mean, my whole idea, you know, one of the things that frustrates me so much is like the whole idea of consumerism, like you buy something and then it's like basically useless after a few times or a season of use. And one of the things that I try and do with everything is the fact that it's going to like last a lifetime. So, you know, you use quality ingredients, quality materials, like everything is machine washable. And I actually have, which I can show later, I have these shirts and dresses that I've started to make, and they're kind of, they're not fitted, like basically pretty much like a wide variety of shapes and sizes can fit in them. But the whole idea with them is with the appliques that I use is that as you wash them, there's like fringe parts that inside, let me see if I can find an example. No, I can't. It'll be too much for me to dig for. But inside, like I make sure like everything is French seamed for the clothes, which basically means that there's no raw edges. So I'll never fray. In fact, I did make this shirt, for instance, and a French seam would be kind of like that. So, you know, this isn't, so like, for instance, the outfit that I have on right now, the shirt, like this will never fray. But some of the parts that I have, I put appliques on top of it so that as you wash it, like those will fray and add texture, but it won't at all disturb the actual structure and quality of the garment. Yes, I think about, you know, just again, like how we, like what do we do when we live our life? What are the clothes that empower us to do what we feel most comfortable in, like regardless of whether, you know, you're gardening or like working at a table or, you know, an office, or you're traveling. I mean, no matter what you're doing, right? And, you know, things that are apropos and sort of have that seamless quality. But yes, this is what I'm working on right now. I'm almost done. As soon as I finish this, then I just sew everything all together. I put, you know, a hem on this part so it won't fray. And I will take definitely a video and put a cat in it. But that's something that I was realizing with this, and a little fix of how to stop that. Anyway, Danther Man, yes, I will go and put some more things, but I do make clothes. I like making things. As I said, I like to make things of value, things that you will keep. And I also think things that are comfortable. But I definitely am not a fan of like fast consumer fashion or anything like that. I think things that have purpose, intention. And one of the things too, when I make the things that I do, I mean, I also think about them, which is, you know, you're on Mystic Moons, the moon phases, the planetary energies, and also just like the intention, right? Like the intention for protection, or the intention for prosperity, the intention for peace, and things like that. So like with this one, the cat bag, I mean, I'm seeing it as like protection and curiosity. So yeah. Anyway, I am here as I said, in between doing that, I am here to do an aware and beware messages from Spirit. I will be available as well if anybody would like a personal reading or would like me to pull a card or two. You know, it's up to you. As I always say, the donations are welcomed. They go on cat food and cat litter. Mystic Moons is actually inspired by my calico, who you probably, if you were on here last night, or you just look at the last Aware and Beware, or I think she was on it. Maybe it was 2 nights ago. My little calico, Mystic Cherokee. I think I told this story of how I got her too, but that's where actually the name of the channel came from. Then I saw all the other mystics there and I thought, never done these before. Never done what? Divinations or making things. Well, I guess both are making things. I do like to make things. You know, I'm curious about how we live our lives and the structure that either we feel compelled to follow or that perhaps we're already in, the structure we can change. And I'm just curious about that on a wide level, energetically, materialistically, ethically, things like that. And so while I'm curious, I explore, and that's why I also put up this channel to go and share messages with people. Okay, but yes, I'm here for an aware and beware. Messages from Spirit. What does Spirit have for you? I could have sworn I had my ring somewhere. I did. Okay. When one is making a cat bag and is moving, I already broke a nail. Actually, I broke a couple nails. They're like, oh, my nails are going. But that's because the denim is so thick. It really is. The denim that I'm working with, it's very, very thick. I've broken nails, I've broken needles, like everything is snapping while I'm making this. I get hand cramps while working with it. It's like, but I want it to be extra, extra, extra sturdy because, you know, I'm thinking 10 nails and some claws. All right. Now, let's go and start. This is a reoccurring segment that I do. These are just collective messages to whomever and whenever. Sometimes there are timing specific. Sometimes it's more general. We'll find out. Also, if you feel called to or if you're interested, feel free to check out some of the other timeless messages that I have on my channel. I think my cat is stuck. 1 second. What are you doing, little girl? Okay. Sounds good. Nice to meet you, Dancer Man. I'm actually on the East Coast too. I'm in New York, so I know what you mean. But yes, I look forward to seeing you again. Can I make a skippity toilet? Well, you know, I've heard the best. Okay, so Skippity Man, I know this is the last segue I'll do, but we're not going to turn it into like the parasite video that happened last week. Yesterday. If somebody came on, and if you feel called to as well, I do invite you to check out the parasite tarot that I did. If you have parasites, I found it very enlightening. Maybe you would too. As I mentioned, I'm not a medical professional or anything like that, but I found the reading interesting. Now, one thing I will say, Mason, there are 2 types of toilets that anyone can make. One, of course, is the flying toilets. And those are, you have a plastic bag and you throw it, Right. And then the second one, I would say, is probably the coffee cup. The larger size, the 16 ounce. I would probably say with those two utensils, one could have a skippity toilet. One can make their own skippity toilet. You just give it a fling and it may skip, it may not, but it'll definitely, it could skip, right? I mean, skipping stones, it doesn't have to skip multiple times. But those, you could definitely go and get some range. Anyway, I feel like I should add a disclaimer that I actually have not used any of those two methods for the toilets, but I have heard of them. I spent a year at a spiritual center in residence, and there were some weird people, and I heard some weird stories. And among those, I heard some weird things centering around toilet habits. And I thought, okay, I'm going to keep this in mind and never look at these things the same again. But that's another subject, an entirely another subject, which I do not want to go there. If Spirit wants us to go there, we'll find out. So let's go and check out some messages from Spirit. What is needed to be shared? I have weak, hate. I have a warning. Somebody is jealous of the bonds that you have, the unity that you have. There's a negative vibration among some of us. Find out more. I'm going to put these off a little bit, move this over. Let's check out weak, hate, and family. I'm not going to spend that much on it because, well, it's a negative message. But we'll find out a little bit. I'm going to pull 4 cards. I'm not going to clarify anything in particular, just 4 cards. All right. Sorry, maturity, tiger, and crazy. Well, our one keyword are starting to talk about who either could be envious of your close bonds. Doesn't necessarily have to be family, right? It's just close bonds. People who you're in a close association with, you form a unit with. I don't really think this is weak and hate because a family in its energy is it's classic energy, right? It's a unit, right? In a way, it's a type of team. A family as a unit wouldn't necessarily be weak. They'd be stronger than the singular. So someone is jealous of that. Tiger may refer to the family unit. Tiger may refer to the person who is envious. Think about the year of the tiger. I actually got tiger last time too, didn't I? I think. Anyway, could be born in the year of the tiger. Could also be the year of the tiger, just like right now we're in the year of the snake. So you can think about that as a keyword. Crazy, sorry, and maturity. Well, someone has no maturity. Someone is either going after the tiger, someone is crazy. I'm going to pull some tarot cards on this, and then I think we'll pull a new message. 1 second. Okay. Oh, one moment. Actually, 1 second. I'll be back in just a second. There was something that I realized I need to check on. This will go offline for a second, but I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm back. So I'm going to continue with this message a little bit, but as I said, I'm not going to linger on it because it's negative. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it is interesting to go into the rabbit hole of collective readings, but when it's negative, it's like, oh, why do you have to go after the things that are negative? Let's go and find out our solutions. Let's go and find things that are positive. Let's just go and have the warnings that we need to know to keep in mind. Then let's move on. Let's not go and linger and give it more credence or validity or time than we have to. So I'm going to pull, I think, just 3 cards on this. Since we have a beware, I have the moon, I have the sun, I have 9 of cups. Well, this is interesting. Now, if I was going to read this negatively, I would say that a man and a woman, a family unit could be after you. But, I'm not really seeing it so much as that, especially paired with the 9 of cups. I'm seeing this basically as, for some of you out there, you could be going through a little bit of trips, or someone could come up and put trips on you basically because they're jealous of your bonds. Or maybe they're just jealous of the fact that you have a support system, you have someone that believes in you, even if all it is energetic support, but as long as someone is there by your side, right? Now what I'm seeing here with the sun, the moon, and 9 of cups, basically whatever sort of crazy, shitty, excuse my language, lousy situations that you find yourself in, keep centered, keep to your core, and believe in yourself and the people that support you. As long as you do that, it's like, first of all, there will be success. There's only so much that they can do, and ultimately it won't affect you as long as your bonds remain strong. Okay, that's the message here. Okay, Mason, charge up your phone. I will definitely be on again. Nice to see you. Let's go and get another message. So I think I put this upside down, which I did. Well, not upside down, but you know what I mean. Like some of them face up, some of them face down. And let's go and shuffle again. Let's get another message. I feel like there's one more chunk. There is one more chunk. It's over here. If I say one more chunk of cards. I'm going to shuffle these a little bit so I forget where that weak card was. And let's go and recut the decks of the moon cards. Let's get another message. Another message. Whatever message needs to come out for all of us. Watching stinks. A stinky invitation. Some of us are going to get an invitation, and that invitation we will want to take. A stinky invitation, however. What is this energy in the back? This deck is a little harsh because one half of the cards are, relatively good, and then the other half of the cards are relatively harsh. There are some timing cards in there, some description cards in there, but overall, equal number of lousy and good energies. It's a bit harsh. Okay, so a stinky invitation. Let's find out more about what will stink. Okay, trashy, old trashy does stink. Let's go for more information rather than just elaborating. Played you. I got 2. I only wanted 1, but could be someone born in the year of the sheep. Go and check out, or if anyone's on here wants to share the year of the sheep, go right ahead. What are the years of the sheep that someone is born in for the Chinese zodiac? Could also be the year of the sheep, which I have no idea what the year of the sheep is. I only know that was the year of the snake. And I don't even know what last year was. I do remember 2003 was the year of the rabbit because there was this tea set that I really wanted, but I didn't get. And it was a rabbit tea set, and it was so cute. It had little tiny rabbits on it, like the little rabbit in the moon type thing. And it reminded me of that, you know, that children's book? What was it? Sweet Dreams or Good Night or Good Night Rabbit. It's that classic children's story about the white rabbit. It reminded me of that. Quiet Chi. That's my count. So, yeah, somebody in the year of the sheep, or referring to, feels like a birth year. Could also be the characteristics of a sheep, too. We can keep that in mind. Somebody who gets along, who goes along to get along, right? Is that how the colloquial saying goes? Someone who basically is into following. They'll follow whoever they have the best path, wherever everyone else is going. This person doesn't like to create waves. Doesn't like to create waves with authority. Let me put it that way. They do not create waves with authority. However, sheep and sloppy, I would say. This person has no problem playing games with those that are not in authority. Let's see. So, I'm going to put 2 more moon cards, and then I think I'm going to dive into tarot a little bit for this message of what stinks. A stinky invitation that played you with someone either with sheep-like qualities or someone born in the year of the sheep. Someone who overall is sloppy. I would say with it sloppy, their appearance is sloppy. Maybe their hygiene is sloppy. Maybe their lifestyle is sloppy. Maybe their habits, their demeanor could be sloppy. Well, it definitely goes along with stinks. So meantime, now I'm definitely pulling one more. Rebound. Something is trying to cycle. Someone is trying to play an old game with you. Some of you out there. Someone who definitely is sloppy. Someone who doesn't mind following the drumbeat of a person in authority, is up to play the same trashy games. They played you once, they're going to play you again. They're going to keep playing you as over and over again. Meantime, and rebound. I don't even need to throw tarot on this. This is another stinky message. Whoever has played you in the past, feels like not so recent past, well, they're going to continue playing you as long as they can. So, oh, I wonder if I have to add more moon cards. Maybe I will. All right, let's go and get some more messages. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go and put the tingshuos on that. Maybe that's a little hard. I apologize if it was. That's some low vibration coming in. But if that's a message that needs to be shared, that's a message that needs to be shared. Some of us are going to have to be on guard because there are people who operate on low vibration, and these people have already played low vibrational games, low vibrational actions on some of us, and those people are going to attempt to do that again. Now, I don't know if this is everybody from last year and so forth, but I do know that somebody who has been playing games, someone who has been playing games in the not so distant past, in fact, using that timing, I would say at least within, say, anybody who's played games within the last 6 to 8 months. Could be more recent, but let's take a time frame of at least that long. That person or those individuals, they are going to try and play the same trashy, stinky games over and over again as long as they can. Okay, that's a message from Spirit to know that. Be vigilant about that. Know that if someone has done you wrong in a particular way before, and if they approach you again, they're going to continue doing that same particular wrong exactly like it's a recipe, like it's a formula. You know, they say when, for instance, even when you're writing Chinese, like I studied Chinese, and they say the proper way to go and write each character, like you start off on one side. I forgot. That was just like putting the various parts of the character there, but there's like an order to the stroke, and there's like the main character, root character, and then some other character. I forgot what they call it. Other part of, like, you know, the Chinese characters. But there's like a whole order of the right way of doing things. You know, they said I just am there. Like, I remember this goes there, that goes there, that goes there. One second. Yeah, so I'm just saying that this person, I feel, is very robotic. Just like the proper way to go and write your Chinese characters, you start off like on this side or that side, and you do all your like 1, 2, 3 specified strokes in the specified order, or you follow a formula, or I don't know, whatever they've done. I feel like they're going to repeat that as a classic example with no deviation, because they're like, well, sheep, right? Sheep can only run in one direction. Sheep can't innovate. So keep that in mind too with the idiots that are there playing their games. They cannot innovate. They can only continue doing the same things. Maybe you'd have to go and deal with it. I mean, certain times in workplace situations, right? Sometimes in communal living spaces, even if they're renters or so forth, there are some games that are the same that you cannot quite, you know, escape, but it's going to be the same thing. But let's get another message. Contact. Calculating. The end. Dumb. Quickly. That's all kind of lousy. Someone's going to try and meet you. Someone who thinks it's to their benefit to know you, someone who you definitely don't think it's to your benefit to know them. They are going to try and meet up with you quickly. This person is super. Is this 2 cards or 1? This person is single. This person is not in a relationship. This person is poor. And this person who respects you. Water could be significant either in your chart or theirs. It could also be someone who likes to wear blue or black. It could be somebody born in the year of the pig, a rat, or ox. All I know is somebody's going to go and try and meet you. It's going to go and initiate contact, but it's definitely not to your benefit to deal with them. But they do respect you. They are single, but you've already written them off as dim. They are calculating, seeing it to their benefit to know you, but you don't see any benefit in them. I know I already said that, but I felt like saying it again. Feels like if you ask me, this person thinks that your relationship or your acquaintanceship or just knowing each other was far too short for them, far too brief. And they want more, but as I said, you already written them off as dumb. And they are poor. And the cards say dumb too. I don't know. Yeah, so someone who you are not going to be that fond of is going to try to keep the connection alive. Well, it's a little better than the last 2 messages, right? All the things we need to be aware of. Let's see what else we have. I am doing the tinctures again. So I said, whatever we need to hear. All right. Later. Do they play you later? Ashamed, praiseworthy. Well, someone does think highly of some of you and they're ashamed of their actions. They think you have virtue and you're smart. And either with it stagnant, there's been no contact from your end or no available information from your end, or just the connection has, I would say, rightfully gone dead if they played you in such a way that now they're ashamed. But we have later. I'm going to pull 2 cards here. Let's get this card. Let's get that card. One more. And I'm going to take some tarot too. Let's go and take this. I'm going to put one for later. So for some of you, justice is going to come later. Justice is going to come. Justice should make you happy, but it's going to come later. Feels like you're going to have assistance as well later. You're going to be understood, validated, and supported, but later. Let's go and see what these cards are. Love, rumors, calculating. I would say this goes kind of in this energy both ways. I actually see this love. Well, we'll see. But this is more, I don't really see it as romantic love here with justice because, well, we did have the lovers too, didn't we? But I still don't see the lovers as an actual loving union. I'm sure with a collective it can go and pass out as that. But basically, you are going to get validation later. You will be getting love and support later. Now, whether rumors that are delaying your justice are circulating, or rumors that you have been done wrong, some sort of rumors are circulating. Pros and cons. I feel like it's both. That's essentially, too, what rumors are. Oh, did you hear blah, blah, blah? Really? I don't believe that. Oh, and they did blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't believe me? Go blah, blah, blah. And then, like the game of telephone, this continues and grows and continues and grows. And then it just comes down to calculating truth, but very interesting with the love here. And then, of course, I already folded it. Oh, well, I folded the other two back, I guess, with the lovers here. But let's go and get a little bit more information. But all I know is later you're going to have justice. And I know that right now rumors are circulating. Later you're going to have support. So buckle up and hold on, because you're going to get justice, but later. Let's see what else I have on this message. Knight of Cups. Gee, same thing. With, again, the Queen of Swords. I see my Queen of Swords as Libra. Justice is also Libra energy. I'll call that out. Knight of Cups is Scorpio. Five of Swords is Aquarius. Five of Cups is also Scorpio. They could be your placements. They could be placements of, if you have some names of people know well enough to know, well, you could find out their birthday, right, if you know their name. If you're curious enough about the person who's been spreading rumors about you, or the person that's been circumventing your justice, if you're curious about them to the extent of finding out their zodiac sign, these are the signs that are involved of the both parties in this thing. Quiet, little boy. I hear you. He's like, do you really hear me? I really hear him. Yeah, so I'm going to make the cat book bag, and in the cat book bag, I'm going to put that thing in, and then we're going to go all over the place. It'll always be right in front of my face. I have two Siamese, and the girl is quiet now, but when I first got her for the first 5 years, she's 12 now. When I first got her for the first 5 years, when I left the house, you could hear her a quarter down the block outside. That's how loud her voice was. Like the moment I leave the house and then I walk on my way back, huge foghorn voice. She doesn't do that anymore, but it was just like you talk about dogs whimpering or crying afterwards, which actually I did hear a neighbor's dog whimper outside. But yeah, my cat was at one point that loud. Anyway, let's get back to this reading. Knight of Cups, Five of Swords, and Five of Cups. Well, if you ask me, this is pretty much that same energy, Knight of Cups. Someone is going to go and support you more than anything. Someone has a vehicle to support you. Someone has the compassion to support you. Someone has the ability to care and make a difference. Their caring will make a difference. And of course, this is just almost a little humorous. Rumors and calculating with a Five of Swords. And then, of course, it's Five of Cups. Someone is going to be, it doesn't even have to be somebody, too. I'm going to say in this energy of later and Five of Cups with justice. For some of you, no, it doesn't even have to be necessarily a person in this Five of Cups energy, because justice is coming later. I feel like this could also be just a situation as is right now, energetically. Energetically, with the universe, with the other intelligences, with our vibration going out to the communal vibration and all of that. It's just like, right now the situation is sad. The fact that justice is delayed. It could be a person, but this could also just be an environment, the environmental energy. I mean, we could take a look at this Knight of Cups and see if this Knight of Cups would be someone who was aware and disappointed they didn't take action sooner. But I kind of like leaving things a little open-ended at the high level collective readings. We're going to leave this message as is, and let's go and get another message. Just keep in mind, you're going to have support. Not now, but soon. Well, later. Later is a little bit of time. I don't think it's as long as Libra season, so don't worry about that. Definitely don't think it's that. I feel like it's not as long as Libra season. But maybe it could be 2 or 3 months. Anyway, let's go and get another message. And of course, if anybody has any questions that you would like me to pull for you, I can go and pull a card. I can pull several, depending on what you'd like to donate for. Donations go on cat food and kitty litter. You should go on new cards too. I do need new cards. I've used these cards so far for over, I think, 6 months, 8 months. I haven't yet gotten another deck of that. Okay, well, we're going to get another message. I do have another deck I can use. Let's see, should I bring out the kitty cats? Maybe I'll bring out the kitty cats a little later. But you know what I think I'm going to bring out, though? To add to this, I'm going to bring out this deck. This deck is a little crazy for me. So, it's going to bring out this deck, too. It's a little different. It's actually kind of thothy, this deck. Kind of. Some of the meanings are a bit different, too. This is my former personal deck. And then I moved on to another. Okay. Let's get another message. In fact, I'm going to start off with this deck. This deck, after I used it too many times while being at the spiritual center in 2003, I said, you know what? This has some very particular energy to it. Being there in crazy land, ashram land, is quite crazy. I do not recommend anybody going to a hermitage, going to an ashram, being in residence at a temple. Oh no, my loves, do not do that. Please go if you feel the need for that. Go and do that yourself. And you know what I really recommend if you feel calling for that? Do charity work. Seriously. Your work will be so much more appreciated. And I also feel you'll be around much more spiritually advanced people by going to soup kitchens, homeless shelters, pet shelters, environmental cleanup, Meals on Wheels, and so forth. Go to the charities if you feel the need for exploring those things, growing your spiritual self. I don't think the spiritual centers are where to go. I definitely think charity work is the way to go. That's where you're going to meet the people who are ready to open up their heart chakra and are into giving authentically their soul in service to the community. So I have Lovers. Should I take it? Lovers, Princess of Wands, Five of Cups, Four of Wands. This household. Four of Wands, Five of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Almost smells a little bit like household to me. Princess of Wands, available opportunities to go and hop on with the Lovers. Lovers is strong tonight. Seriously. Which actually kind of is a little disturbing to me, although we are reaching Valentine's Day, only because I'm not really feeling these lovers in the sense of love. I'm feeling them in terms of partnership situations and also how you are perceived and received. That's what's weird about the Lovers and the energy I'm feeling. Anyway, let's go and see about this Lovers. I'm going to pull two of these cards and then we'll pull some Moon cards. She wanted to come out, didn't she? Princess of Wands again. And Temperance. Fire and air. I have Gemini. I have Sagittarius. I don't really assign, I don't feel strong specific energies when it comes to the juvenile energies of the court deck. And the Princess of Wands is no different. Is it a fire sign? Is it just someone who with a lot of exuberance, someone who's going to initiate something? That's what I feel more strongly. Let's go and pull some Moon cards. I'm going to cut this deck. I saw the word praiseworthy. I want to get rid of that. At least where I see it. And I'm going to cut the deck. And let me go and bring in this one. Okay. So I'm just going to take a card from each. Take that. Take that. What is this? Lovers. And in fact, I'm going to take two on my Princess of Wands. What is she? That's what I'm curious about. What is she? Wedding and hate. Is someone going to enter a union that they hate? Someone going to be perhaps forced to deal with a situation that they hate? That's a curious thing. Now I'm intrigued. Is it someone who's hating the idea of a wedding to be that literal? I'm not convinced of that because, well, wedding is an initial step, right? It's a ceremony. It's a landmark event, right? It's a start of a connection, obviously a serious commitment, obviously committed, but it's still a start of a connection. Wedding at its basic energy. And then, but it's a union, right? And the same thing with the lovers. Lovers is a union. Lovers is a collaboration. Lovers is a partnership. So wedding and lovers to me have similar energy, but it just seems like a union that's a little distasteful, if I was going to put this mildly. Anyway, I have Rice Bowl, Meantime, and Tiger again. Who is this Tiger? So you guys got to help me out here. Like, are you guys born in the year of the Tiger? Do you guys know somebody in the year of the Tiger? What was the year of the Tiger? If this is the year of the snake, I have no idea what last year was. I do know 2003 was the year of the rabbit because I saw all the rabbit themed tea sets and I really wanted one. Oh, you know what the thing was? I saw them, and then I also learned that in Vietnam, they read the Chinese zodiac a little differently. And because there really aren't rabbits up there, they say that instead of the year of the rabbit or the sign of the rabbit, they call it the sign of the cat. So of course, I have like 4 cats. Of course, I'm going to be like collecting all inane pieces of knowledge about cats. So I was like, ooh, and then I didn't get any rabbit bowls, but I did get, or rabbit mugs, whatever, rabbit tea sets. But I did get kitty cat ones. I like cats. The bunnies were cute, but the cats were cats. So yeah, in Vietnam. So anytime it's the year of the rabbit, it could also be year of the cat, which is the only reason why I know that 2023 was the year of the rabbit. Anyway, somebody out there has a tiger energy around them. I already went through the characteristics of the tiger, but I'm going to go through it one more time. To me, a tiger, if it's not someone born in the year of the tiger or referring to the year of the tiger, whatever that may be, look it up online. With tiger, I would also see that as somebody who stalks, someone who's very strategic, someone who is very striking, someone who prefers to blend in the background, but they're not really blending that much. Or at least they don't blend once they start moving, right? This is someone who does attract attention when they go. They are impressive. They could be charismatic, but I think that they're also a little cold because they keep a distance. So all those sorts of characteristics around tiger. I'm more curious, why does tiger keep popping up? Oh, what was I going to say? Rice Bowl, tiger, and Meantime. Well, Rice Bowl is a job, steady job. Someone's working on gathering some funds. In the meantime, someone is making themselves better. I'm going to pull a few more on this. I almost feel like clarifying the tiger, but you know what? I'm going to wait. If the tiger comes up one more time, we're going to go and see what is this tiger. But let's go and... do I want to see anything in particular? Actually, I'm curious about this Temperance and Rice Bowl. As I said, a union that you'd hate. Maybe a job is coming up with Rice Bowl and Temperance. A partnership that you hate, a wedding that you hate. You're going to work something or working something that you don't like. You definitely are going to be involved in a union you don't like. Why would you be involved in a love union, right? You could leave. Well, unless there's other sticky things involved with it, such as money. Well, this is a collective reading, right? As we go down the meanings, or as we dive into the meanings sort of grow and expand. So take it as it resonates here. But I'm curious, what is this Rice Bowl and Temperance? Six of Swords. Seven of Cups. Got that Knight of Cups again. This really feels like ideation. This feels like ideation. Secure platform, being celebrated for what you do, something that you have been working on, thinking of, but haven't yet got the opportunity to move as you wish. The people who will give you agency to move as you wish feels like still work, feels like mostly work with 35% a soulmate energy, 35% love. Primarily, it feels like work with the rice bowl. It does feel all interconnected. So rice bowl and temperance, Six of Swords, Seven of Cups, and Knight of Cups. As I said, this is dreaming. Slowly making your way towards what you want to do, and dreaming in the meantime. Well, nothing's going to happen for right now. I am going to pull just one more card on this Princess of Wands, King of Wands. Well, someone's definitely going to go and offer a union with you. Could be romantic, doesn't necessarily have to be, but someone's coming to you in the audience. If this message resonates, this person's coming to you because of the help and resources you provide, the services you provide, the environment you can create, the environment you create. Someone's coming to you to capitalize on your gifts. Are they coming to capitalize on your heart? I feel like 35% of this is love. So, take that as it resonates. We definitely have money in here, even if it is love. Rice bowl and a Queen of Pentacles. That money keeps flowing around somebody. In the meantime, somebody's working on that, or the roles can be reversed here. Is there anything else I want? Saying a love reading. Is it really saying a love reading? I don't know. Do I have a love reading here? Do I have everything? Well, it's a collective reading. You know what? Let's go and get another message here. Now that I'm feeling 35% love and 65% job that you hate, but you're going to get another offer, and that you're dreaming. The dreaming energy is pretty strong here. Dreaming of what you want things to be like, and the dreaming of what's coming. I'm going to get another one. If anybody would like a reading, do let me know. If you want a short pull, if you want a longer reading, all donations are appreciated. If anyone has any personal questions, we can take a look. I think I'm going to do maybe one more, and then I'll just leave it for if anybody wants to live, because it probably is late. And I'd like to try and finish that cat bag tonight. Of course, it's already in the early morning. So one more message that wants to come out. It really wants to come out. Guess we're going to take it. Let's go and explore. Ace of Wands. What is this new start? I actually really like the Ace of Wands here, don't you? I like plants. Ace of Wands. Three of Swords. Curious how that Three of Swords is related to our Ace of Wands. Someone's taking action. Magician. Do I have another Beware? I thought I was going to give me another Beware before the night ends. I hope this is not someone who had an ending, has been pondering about how to come back and is on their way back to start a new chapter. And that right now, this person who is fueled by angst and heartbreak and rejection is thinking about ways of reappearing in your life. I really hope that's not the message I'm getting here, but I will see. Let us go and take some of my very harsh moon cards and see what I have. I'm going to just take 3. If it is harsh, we will have harsh cards that fell out all throughout it. If it's not, well, we'll see. What is this Ace of Wands? I feel almost insulted. My Ace of Wands has been sullied or could be sullied in such a way. Rooster. Is anybody born in the year of the rooster? When was the last year of the rooster? Who knows? But somebody could be born in the year of the rooster. Qualities of the rooster. If they are not born in the year of the rooster, I would say someone who is, dare I say it, nitpicky. Or maybe we could just say more flatteringly, exacting. Someone who has a long memory, rooster. Someone who likes things to be followed in a particular order. Doesn't have to be the particular order of how things should be, the particular order of how they say. A person likes organization and order, but they like their organization and order. They're a little bossy. Maybe they could be sweet with the bossiness, but they definitely want things to be done their way, a certain way that's theirs. Rooster would also be someone who does get along with people. This person could easily direct people, but just as easily, but I would say only if they think the person in charge is doing a good enough job, or person, depends on how extroverted they are. But I mean, this person could also go and be a good supporting teammate. They could be, but I still see that they're bossy. With Rooster, I would think this person too likes to dress well, does like the finer things of life, also a workaholic. Just looking again at Three of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Magician. That could also be workaholic, but yeah. This person is a workaholic. Is there anything else I feel like with this rooster? Are they loud? Is their voice loud? Maybe when they get excited, or if they're calling, they could be loud. You definitely can't push them into a corner, though. If they decide not to be pushed in a corner, this person will fight. But it has to be worth their while. It has to hurt their ego. That's what will make this person take a defensive stance, take an aggressive stance, is it will literally have to hurt their ego. So think about somebody, if you know anybody with those qualities, or if you have those qualities in yourself. But that's the rooster. Someone who has a lot of pride, and it doesn't have to be in a negative sense either, because that is basically how this person, I don't know, they take actions a certain way because they have pride in them. And I feel this person will defend something that hurts their pride because that's sort of their I don't know, like the way they operate in life, right? It's like a philosophy. It's something that feeds their soul, like making things. Like, I have to make things. Some people need to have beauty in their life. Some people need to have, I don't know, relaxation in their life. Some people need to have a whole bunch of things. But this rooster needs, because this rooster operates on a lot of pride. That's why they do, or they try and do a good job, or they try and, as I said, basically, someone who will stand up for themselves, but only if you attack their ego, only if you attack their pride. I think that's the primary thing. And interesting here with the magician, too. A magician is a very ego-driven energy. Nothing wrong with it, per se. Ace of Wands is a very singular, also I feel it is forward, me energy. And Three of Swords. So there's like big ouchie ouch, big disappointments that are fueling somebody's determination to rise to the top. So rise to the top, and yet I have days in marriage. Like, who's getting married? Oh wait, I have three. Faith, days, and marriage. So I don't know if this is literal. Despite all the lovers cards I was getting earlier all throughout this reading, no lovers card popped up. But we have a mystery here. I am going to dive a little bit into that. Let's find out. I'm going to pull one card each and then a tarot card each. So for days. Days. I'm not going to look at that because now I'm curious too. Faith, marriage, and let's get one for rooster. Why not? Okay. And I'm going to get a tarot one on each one too. Because what I have is a new start. I do have hard work, but I have work that's fueled by a lot of pain. Also anger. Like, I didn't deserve this, which goes also back to ego. If you thought you didn't deserve it, that rooster energy too. And I'm not saying at all it's unwarranted or undeserved. Some of you may know I've watched Dragon Ball Z. Some of you may have not known. My favorite character was Vegeta. Well, one of my favorite characters. And of course, what did Vegeta operate on? He operated on pride. Days cold in Eight of Cups. It's going to be hard to move around. Basically, for whoever has this message right now, it's hard to move around. Could be literally cold, could be constraints in your movement. You can only accomplish so much in a day. You could only move so much distance in a radius, maybe. Also, to your transportation, Three of Swords energy, your transportation could be affected. Could be you have to rely on your feet, or just things will be slower and harder to move around, and it's harder to move around in the next couple days. Faith. Okay. That's wild. That is wild. Faith fucked up, excuse my language. And the Sun. Basically, Nothing's going to make sense. And it's like it's going to work out. I'm going to dig, even though I want to go off into the other. We'll take another card on this. What is this faith and fucked up with the sun? Excuse my language. Ace of Cups. That fell out. I have no idea what it is, but we'll find out. What have you been waiting on? I mean, I get like love here over and over again, right? Love is like a prevalent theme that's coming up. But what have you been waiting on? Also, that magician energy here, Seven of Pentacles. What have you been waiting on? What have you been building? What is it? It could be who is it, but what is it that you've been waiting to arrive? Something very specific in the Lovers. Nine of Wands is another waiting energy, something that you've been expecting to bring you happiness, something that's faith. I'm actually going to pull one card on effed up. Frozen. It's just something taking a really long time. Something taking a really long time to move forward is all that is with faith. Something taking much longer than what normally should be. That's all that faith is. Marriage. I have Spirit, Sadist, and a Queen of Wands. Someone trying to take someone else down a peg or two. Under marriage, I'm not quite sure how that works. I'm going to pull one more card on this. But sadist with a Queen of Wands feels like someone trying to bring you down to their level, someone trying to humble you, which is funny because we did have the rooster, right? Remember I said the whole thing about the rooster. Rooster fights, but rooster, besides all the other things, bossy, this, that, whatever, right? But ultimately the whole trait of a rooster to keep in mind, a rooster's whole mode of operating, fuel that gives them life to do things, to nitpick, is actually like all coming down to their sense of pride. And sadist here with a Queen of Wands, somebody is particularly working to diminish that pride. But why do I have marriage here? Under marriage, let's do sadist. Someone who you knew briefly. Someone attractive who you knew briefly, is that's the Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands is a sadist trying to bring you down a notch. Could be male or female. So that marriage is just a union. Entering in partnership doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic agreement made legal. Watching you. Well, for some of you with that one night and physical security and played you, someone could have gotten like handsy with someone else. And that person could still be watching you. However, it doesn't even necessarily have to be handsy. They could have actually played with your actual security of well, didn't I say something about mobility? Cold days and the Eight of Swords. They could have actually played 2 games with your home. What you call home, where you call home. Maybe 2, how you get around. Physical security feels like, did I have rice bowl here? No, that was the other one. And the final one, I have rooster, soulmate. Okay, for some of you, with that Ace of Wands, I feel like things have taken a really long time. And what's effed up with that is the fact that it has taken such a long time. The days are cold. It's hard to move around. But something is coming. This actually feels kind of tied into the energy, too, of later and justice. Interesting. Anyway, someone's watching. Well, I don't mean you watching me. I mean someone is literally watching the ones who this reading has meaning for. Oh, they're watching you. So I invite you to check out the Who's Watching You video that I did. I did that. What's today? Today is Thursday, going on Friday, or it's Friday morning. Check out. Did I do it Monday? I think I did it Monday. Check out Who's Watching You. You could check out the most recent one. You could also check out the later ones. I see those as kind of timeless in one way, even though I do them every week, because the energy sometimes shifts. And then the people who I feel, for some of them who are watching, it's just not like they started watching you yesterday. And it's not like the conclusions of Who's Watching You is going to conclude by Friday. It's not like that. But it's something who you should be aware of. Anyway, do check those out if you feel this applies. I have them by zodiac sign, those. And they're not long. I mean, yeah, they're not long. They're maybe like 3 to 5 minutes. Go and check that out if you think it resonates. Okay. So I'm here. Been talking for like an hour, 20 minutes. Probably an hour, because 20 minutes I was probably showing off my cat bag. I think I'm going to go back to my cat bag, but if anybody would like a personal reading, feel free, leave a message, type in the chat. I had a sign. Was it over here? I think it was over here. Was it over here with my potatoes? No, it must have gotten moved. Where did oh, here it is, little green sign. I know, I'm like low tech here. One sign fits all. Yes, if you like a reading, if you like to go and have any questions, let me know. Right in the chat. The donation can be larger, the donation can be smaller, depending on if you want me to pull one card, a few cards, or many cards. Also, too, if all you want is to check out the topmost energy, or if you want to do a little further, deeper dive. Anyway. I will be around. I'm going to work on my cat bag. I'm almost done. I just have to attach this zipper. Put the little, whatever this thing is called, lobster claw thing on it with a little bit of extra wiggle room, so I can like move it around up and down with the thing, but not that much so that like a cat paw can't escape. And then I do think with this, I'm going to put pockets, because I think it's at least 14 inches tall. I can definitely put some pockets on it. on this side, because I'm not going to put any pockets necessarily. I mean, I have the pocket in there, but I'm not going to use the pocket where the cat is, especially if I'm walking around. I'm going to use some other pocket. And who wants to carry two purses? I don't. I wish I actually had the antique brass instead of the oil slick. And the oil slick, I actually wish I had the oil slick zippers, but apparently they only sell the oil slick zippers with that finish. Like, this is antique brass. And that's antique brass. They only sell oil slick zippers in a roll, in a coil. And then you have to put your own zipper head on, which I've done, but it's annoying. I like them already made. Of course, you pay for that too, but which is why I'm here for donations. Who wants to donate and get a reading? Let me know. Okay, so I'm going to go off and make my cat bag. I will be here for readings. If you want to know about energies, anything who you want to know what someone is thinking about right now, if you want to know if anyone is going to do something, if you feel like somebody is watching you too, we can definitely find out about that. If you want to know what's coming to you, if you're curious about job energies, if you feel that there's anyone not in a breathing body right now who has messages for you, someone out in the ether. If you want to know if you have parasites, I did a reading on astrological signs. I broke it down. Do you have worms in your gut? I found that highly enlightening. I already mentioned that, but I'd almost do it weekly. I had so much fun with it, but we don't need to do that weekly. Maybe I'll do it like end of the year or around October or Thanksgiving or something. Maybe I'll do it again then. I kind of feel that reading is a little timeless. Maybe I should add timeless readings. Do you have parasites? Do you have worms in your gut? I definitely think that's one of my best videos to date. Not that I want like a whole bunch of people to contact me wanting to know if they have a fiesta going on in their intestines. No, I don't want that. But it was interesting. I would have never thought about it if someone didn't gross me out in the chat. Well, it's probably a good thing, right? Not that I want you to gross me on the chat. No. I have other things I could be grossed out about. So I have plenty, or maybe I'll say this. I have plenty of my own things that gross me out. I don't need to go and have any more. There was something else I was going to say, but anyway, I better get back to making my cat bag. I'll be around. If you guys would like a reading, just let me know. Support the channel. It goes to good things. I'll be around. Well, if anybody wants a reading, please ask now because we're going to go on to something else. So many things happening in the world, so many things. And we have to get our psychic investigation going on them. And so, if you have no request for a reading, okay. We're going to go someplace else. Go to another. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you very much.